Hello and welcome. My name is Chris from ChristopherHole.com. Many thanks for coming to watch this video where we're going to be talking about the anatomy of cholesterol. Now, I've broken this video up into two slides where first we're going to look at the liver and then we're going to move on to cholesterol itself. Now, before we get into the nuts and bolts of the video, please do, after you finish watching this video, come along onto my social channels that you can see up in the top right-hand corner. Please do like, follow. It'd be great to see you there, answering your questions, and just generally connecting on a social media level would be great. Also, at the bottom of the screen, you've got our URL for our monthly newsletter, which is a themed newsletter where we talk about various different illnesses, injuries, health, fitness, sports, so on and so forth. So it's all driven around lifestyle and the physical aspect of that lifestyle, aiming to keep you fit and healthy long into your older ages. So please do come along to ChristopherHole.com/join. There are also other benefits, other incentives, but you can read that on the page. I won't go into those now. So back to today's video. First of all, we are looking at the liver. Now, the liver does many different things, as you can see on the screen here. But first of all, it's the largest internal organ, and you can see it here on the diagram. It sits above the stomach and just below the lungs if you are looking at the screen, it's the left-hand side, but if you are that person, it's on your right-hand side, or the main bulk of it anyway. So we know where the liver is. We know it's the largest internal organ. Plus, there are many functions that it has. You can see there production of certain proteins, production of bile, production of store and release of glucose as it's needed. So there are lots of different functions that it has. The one that we're going to focus on is the production of cholesterol and special proteins to help carry fats through the body. Now, if you've watched my previous video where we mentioned that it's associated with poor health, that's what we have to remember. It is only associated. It's not a cause of poor health. It's just a marker that is used by medical professionals to help understand the internal health of your body. So the example I used is if you are carrying excess body fat, you potentially have been categorized as overweight or obese, you possibly have diabetes, and you don't do much exercise, and you might have a poor diet. So from that perspective, if you have high cholesterol, then it's going to be useful to reduce it. If you are leaner, you have a good diet, you exercise regularly, and you still have poor cholesterol, then it might not be as much of an issue that your cholesterol is slightly higher, because overall your health is looking pretty good. So it shouldn't just be the cholesterol that sort of makes you think that you are in, let's just say, like an ill health state, if that makes sense. So with regards to what we take from this slide is our liver does many different things. It detoxifies, it regulates blood clotting, all of these different things, but the main one that we're going to focus on for this one is the production of cholesterol and special proteins to help carry fats through the body, which then brings us on to the next slide, which is where we talk about cholesterol as an individual element, if you will. So we can see here that the liver produces 1 to 2 grams a day. Now, we can take in extra cholesterol through diet, through certain foods that we eat, but our body can produce 1 to 2 grams per day if we aren't taking in excessive amounts. If we are taking in excessive amounts, that obviously will drop because the body won't necessarily produce it because it's coming from the food that we eat. It is necessary for the production of vitamin D, steroid hormones, and bile. So the various fluids that we find in our digestive system that will be made up of cholesterol, and also the various different steroid hormones that we have. So they are your, I guess you could describe them as anabolic hormones, to help keep your body built and healthy. It doesn't mean like bodybuilder type associations, but just to keep your body maintained well, which is a building hormone, if you will. They are your steroid hormones. So again, cholesterol is necessary for that. So it's not to be afraid of cholesterol, it's just knowing when it could be slightly high and when it could be slightly low. So we move on now to cholesterol in the blood. Well, cholesterol is fatty. So if you just have fat in the blood, that's not that useful because it sticks a lot of things together. So what it gets is a protein wrapper, which is where we get the names of HDL, which is high density lipoprotein, and LDL, low density lipoprotein. Your HDLs, they're known as the good cholesterol, and they go up and mop up any excess cholesterol. So if we've taken in some extra cholesterol that we don't need, your HDLs will be deployed, they'll go around the body and pick up any waste. Now, it's the LDLs that have been considered the bad cholesterol. However, they transport fat and cholesterol to the rest of the body. So whenever your cells need certain nutrients or cholesterol there, then it's your LDLs that take them there. So it's when we get to the LDLs is we then start to think, oh, this is bad, oh, this is a problem. And it's the LDLs that get their bad name because they are present in vessel plaque. So if you look over to this diagram here, you can see you've got an open artery here, and you've got 100% of the blood being able to flow through the whole of that artery. What we then get is a 40, or this diagram anyway, shows a 40% blockage. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the same amount of blood through a smaller hole. Now this is where blood pressure comes in, because you've got the same amount of fluid trying to get through a smaller hole. So therefore the blood pressure goes up. Now it's this plaque substance that gets laid down, which is where the LDLs are found, which again is another reason why they get their bad name. So it's not only that they're present in the blood, but it's also that they get laid down on the arteries. And obviously then if we get 95% blockage, again, we're still trying to get the same amount of blood through an even smaller hole, and again, the blood pressure goes up. So hopefully, if you've watched all of my lifestyle illness videos, which is cholesterol, which is blood pressure, which is atherosclerosis, which is heart disease, which is obesity, which is diabetes, you should start to see how they all link together and how they all sort of become a part of each other, and all these different illnesses sort of contribute towards each other. So again, just to finish off this video, don't be afraid of cholesterol. It is a necessary part of our anatomy. The main thing is don't let it get too high, and don't let yourself live too much of a poor lifestyle for it to become a problem. So hopefully this video has been useful. Hopefully it sort of maybe redefined something about cholesterol that you maybe didn't know about before. Again, as I mentioned at the start of the video, it would be great to see you on my social channels. So please do come along. You can see them in the top right-hand corner. If you're a member of any of these, then please come along, like and follow. It would be great to see you and hear from you. Also, down at the bottom here, please do come along to christopherhole.com/join and join our monthly newsletter, where we have a variety of themes, where we talk about different aspects of health and fitness. We've got blogs, we've got videos, we've also got opportunities of special offers and incentives, and various other products and services that you can find out more about on the website. So many thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it's been helpful. My name is Chris from christopherhole.com. I will speak to you in a future video.